Hello, I'm Morris Ruddick. We've been talking about a number of facets tied to Jewish business secrets. Today, we're going to take a look at how our gifts comprise an important dimension of doing business. God gives gifts to men. Ancient Jewish writings elaborate that a person's gift makes room for them and brings them before great people. When vital combinations of these gifts are nurtured within a trust community, it provides ripples of opportunity and a dynamic that strengthens the community. Business is about providing a product or service to customers. It involves outperforming competition with that product or service. What is required is developing excellence, becoming the best in what your business offers. That is where the gifts, the talents on which the business is based, come into play. Everybody can do something better than a lot of other people. That is what we refer to as a person's natural gift. However, when that gift is unmistakably identified and developed to the level that the person can excel in that gift, more so than most other people, then they have the basis with which to start a business and commercialize the gift or the talent. This premise is at the heart of the entrepreneurial spirit that once was the pride of the American Jewish middle class. Entrepreneurship has at its core creativity. God is the creator, and being made in His image, developing our gift will tap the creativity that resides in each of us. Excelling in a natural gift triggers the release of creativity in the gift. A person's gift will be something they have mastery of, something they have a passion doing. God's nature also is to bring increase. That is the Jewish wisdom behind Jesus' parable of the talents. In this parable, there were 3 stewards who were entrusted with some of the assets belonging to their boss. The steward who leveraged the assets to bring the most increase not only made his boss very pleased with him, but he was given promotion and entrusted with more. However, the steward who was timid and risk-averse and only gave his boss back what he had first given him was rebuked and actually deemed worthless, even though he had not lost anything. The point is that each person is endowed with a gift and is expected to develop it. It becomes the basis of being blessed to be a blessing. In addition to the natural gift, those who become believers are given spiritual gifts. These are the gifts reflecting how God has wired us spiritually. They reflect our deepest motivations and become the basis of the passion behind what we excel in. These motivational gifts range from teaching, exhorting, leading, giving, mercy, service, and the prophetic. Servers take on tasks wholeheartedly and stick to it until done, even when sacrifice is required. They are doers, self-starters, and dependable. The prophetically gifted operate with a balance between hearing from God and a strong sense of what is right and wrong. They are discerning and see beyond the surface of things. Givers break the mold of the status quo. They are generous and creative, quickly recognizing genuine needs, which they will respond to even if it means personal sacrifice. Teachers are analytical and committed to truth and the quest for truth. They tend to be detail-oriented, thinkers who connect the dots and do the research. Exhorters encourage and nurture others. They are purposeful and fruitful in the way they do things and the way to relate to others. Mercy-motivated people are ones who recognize and empathize deeply with unmet needs in others and work toward providing help. They tend to be protective, extending themselves with hope for the helpless. Leaders have a natural ability to influence and direct others. They have big picture outlooks with long-term perspectives and are a people of action. Again, it is important to identify and then develop our spiritual gifts. When our spiritual gifts are developed, they become enhancers to what we can do with our natural gifts. They are triggers to the release of our creativity. Then, when our natural and spiritual gifts are in alignment and we are interacting with the Lord in prayer, ideally making Him our senior partner and source of our wisdom, then we enter a threshold that within our own sphere is not unlike the destiny walked out by Abraham. I've previously mentioned the importance of a trust society, a community of trust. Trust communities are an important factor in the Jewish phenomenon. That trust involves a responsibility, a community responsibility. Community within the Jewish dynamic is a safe place where the diversity of the gifts of their participants work together in serving one another for each person and for the good of the community. It involves a dynamic which in Hebrew is called tzedakah, a charitable form of generosity, which is one of the keys defining the Jewish secrets. It functions in a way to engender greater success levels for its participants as the gifts of each bless one another and make room for them. I'll be talking more about this in this series. One of the most dramatic illustrations of how a person's gift can make room for them when God is made a part of the equation is the story of a man named George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was born as a slave in the United States in 1861. When he was 4 years old, the slaves were given their freedom. When George Washington Carver was only a small boy, everyone commented, "That boy has a gift. He can make anything grow." George Washington Carver was good with plants. He had a passion for growing plants. He read all about plants and really paid attention in school when the subject was about plants. As he got older, a miracle happened. This young man, who had been born as a slave, graduated from high school and got a scholarship to college. He studied about his gift, the science of botany. He then graduated from college and got a job in a research center, a job focused on crop growth. He became very good at what he did. George Washington Carver was also a very committed Christian who loved to pray. When he was in his early 30s, he was praying one day. He very boldly asked the Lord if God would reveal to him the secrets of the universe. The story is that upon praying this audacious prayer, the Lord spoke to George Washington Carver, saying, "Little man, the secrets of the universe would destroy you, but I'll show you the secret of the peanut." Over the next 10 years, George Washington Carver produced roughly 325 inventions involving the peanut. He invented mechanisms for extracting the oil out of peanuts. He invented new ways of preparing peanuts and making peanut products that previously had not existed. In the process, he created not only a business, but set in motion a new and growing industry in the United States. George Washington Carver walked with God, and by employing his gift, his life reflected the mantle of Abraham, to be blessed to be a blessing. This humble man became the best there was with his gift. But then there was the added dimension. George Washington Carver heard from God, and the Lord anointed his gift, releasing both incredible creativity, which in turn brought forth even more incredible increase. In this journey defining his destiny, George Washington Carver had made the Lord his senior partner. This is what brought an exponential multiplication into the process. George Washington Carver's natural gift was as a botanist, one who understood the dynamics of plant growth. His primary spiritual gift was that of a teacher, one whose analytical thought is driven to find answers, to investigate and research. But when he made God his senior partner, opportunity began exploding. He began having insights tied to his gift that he had never had before. It is written that the secret things belong to the Lord, but those that are revealed are the heritage of those who diligently seek him. That is what happened. Thousands of jobs were produced because of the peanut industry, and George Washington Carver's country was blessed. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Before he died, George Washington Carver was invited to the White House and was honored by the President of the United States for the contributions he had made to his country. For one to make God their senior partner, you have to hear from God and then enter the interactive flow of that partnership. Jesus taught to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added to you. It involves becoming the best that you can with your gift and excellence in your stewardship, but in doing so, of keeping God at the forefront as the chief source of your guidance. As we are faithful in the little things, God will entrust us with more as we embark on a journey of discovery of our purpose and destiny tied to the gifts with which we've been given. I'm Morris Ruddick. We'll be talking more about the role of our gifts in this journey of discovery of our destiny in our next session together.